Sometimes when you have an overheating problem in your car, it's not the radiator, the thermostat, or the belt, or the pump, or anything else. Sometimes it's your radiator cooling fan, and it comes out, it's in a shroud, and it just comes out and it's mounted in by 4 nuts, and it just pops into the front of the radiator, or the back of the radiator, as the case may be, and there's 4 bolts that hold it on. There's 1, 2, and there's 2 more down below. It comes out real simple. Then we take it in the house, because it's cold outside, we take it in the house to work on it. Okay, we've got it in the house where it's nice and warm, and you can take the motor out of the shroud. The nut that holds the fan on, this fan, it is not the rule. The rule of thumb is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Not the rule here. In this case, lefty takes it off, or righty takes it off. As we can see, there. And then this just pops off. Like that. And there's your motor. And the motor is held on with, there's one there, 10 millimeter, another 10 millimeter, and another 10 millimeter. Trying to do this one-handed though with a camera is kind of difficult, but the job is really easy. Here's your spacer. This comes off before you take the nuts off, because that's gonna, you have a new one with your new motor. Okay, we've got the motor out. Now let's make certain that we got the right one. And here they are side by side. And yes, I'm doing it on the counter, and I'm going to clean the counter up. My wife oversees this video, which I'm not going to show it to her. This is the old one here, and the new one right here. So they're both the same. So now we're going to put the new one back in the shroud. It's important to get this sprocket in here. It's got a little notch, as you can see in there, and it fits over these little tits that stick out. You want to get that in there just right, because that's what basically turns the fan, so it's not just spinning nothing. So you want to make sure you get that in there right before putting the fan back on. So, now the new nut that I've got on here is actually a 14. The other one was a 13. But just remember, when you get it on there, to tighten it, you're going to go the opposite direction of what you would to tighten any other nut. This one tightens by going this way. Okay, we got the motor in the shroud, and it spins pretty good. It's not warped. Now we're going to put it back in the radiator. And this only takes 4 bolts. I always start with the top bolts first, get them in, and then screw them in place. But don't get them too tight. Leave a little room for it to maneuver, because then when you do it, you can line up your bottom bolts easier. They're the ones that are, well, you got to get on the ground to put those in. There's no other way. But it's not that difficult of a job. Make sure that you plug the fan in when you're done too, because without doing that, it won't work. Get it up in there and just plug it in. Yeah, it's back on now, and we're going to start it up and see how it works. Incidentally, before replacing the motor, check your relay. You have a relay over in that relay panel, or a fuse, before doing this. I did, and found out that it was indeed the motor. So let's see if it works. And the fan works perfect. See it clicking away. Well, hopefully it lasts as long as the other one did. The other one I put on 6 years ago, and that fan will cause your car to overheat. An overheating car can ruin your motor pretty quick. So that's just my little tip, trying to be helpful. If in doubt, just check your fan motor. Sometimes that's what it is.